Police Chicago, Jerry Joyce.
Thanks. Guys, can we just take a moment of silence to remember Commander Bauer and the sacrifice he and his family made 1 year anniversary of his death? Thanks for coming out, everyone.
All right.
So those that I haven't met yet or don't know me, my name is Jerry Joyce. I grew up on the southwest side. My wife Janine and I are raising our 4 children in a house about 1.5 miles from the one I grew up in. I attended Marist High School, Yale University, and then Loyola Law School. After law school, I had the great privilege and honor working for Dick Devine at the State's Attorney's Office. And I'm proud to say he's been a friend and mentor of mine for 30 years. After law school, I practiced law. I currently practice law. I've been involved in small businesses. I've been involved in various civic, charitable community organizations throughout the city for the past 30 years. I've coached football and wrestling at the high school and youth level. I started a wrestling program in our neighborhood. I established a scholarship for a friend of mine who had coached me, a lifelong Chicago police officer who left the world too soon. His name was Tom Walsh. We currently have a scholarship from the neighborhood school in his name. I served on the board of Marist High School, been involved in mentorship programs, been involved in establishing development issues and curriculum at Marist. And I'm running for mayor today. A little bit about my Chicago Police Department connections. I was born in 1969. My father, Chicago police officer, was working a beat in the 3rd District. Later went on to the Gang Intelligence Unit. Growing up as a youngster, my bedtime stories were often centered around stories that my father would tell me what happened on the job, either earlier that week or that night, earlier that day. I know the names of his partners, people he worked with, people he went to academy with, Gene Dornick, Franny Clare, Willie Anderson, Bill Nelligan, go on and on. Last but not least, Jimmy Alfano. And I mentioned him last because Jimmy Alfano paid the ultimate sacrifice. He was assassinated by the Blackstone Rangers. I learned early on, like that, what could change police officers' lives and their families' lives. It's the only profession in Chicago where that exists. You guys are true public servants in every sense of the word. Appreciate your service, everything you've done for our city, for us. I mention all that because that's a part of me. I don't bring this into the political arena as a candidate. It's just a part of me. I grew up with that. I have a deep appreciation for law enforcement and what is done day in and day out by the men and women of law enforcement. Our city's at a crossroads. Too many people are asking, should they stay or go? For the reasons of public safety, finances, public education. And this is having a direct impact on the confidence and hope of the people of Chicago, people in our neighborhoods. Excuse me. Sorry, you try to throw it here. If it continues, we're in danger of losing our neighborhoods, and that would be terrible. We become Manhattan or worse. It's so terrible because so many things, good things come out of our neighborhoods. Whether ideas, tradition, relationships. We need to keep our neighborhoods safe. We need to keep the city safe. The number one responsibility of any government is the personal protection and safety of its people. That's the number one responsibility. To do that, we need to support our first responders. This is a basic concept. I don't understand why it's not shared by everyone, and it's so fundamental. And I'm perplexed by opinion givers, spineless quote-unquote leaders are so quick to jump on any allegation or claim against a police officer without any this rush to judgment?
Jerry, it's the difference between good and evil. You're good, and a lot of your people that have preceded you or in this position, they're not really good people.
It's a fundamental concept. I don't understand. So evidence abounds. The lack of appreciation of or understanding of that, and how important it is to any society, really. But the best example of that evidence is this attempt to modify or take away pension benefits. Police officers, first responders, entered into a compact when they took their oath of office. They put themselves, they committed themselves and their families to potentially the ultimate sacrifice. In exchange for that promise that they made, certain promises were made to them, including pension benefits. Benefits that were earned, promised for. I have no idea how people can now, so-called leaders, stand up and say, we need to open up the Constitution to negotiate things, renegotiate things. No, it's morally reprehensible. I've said it time and again because it is. It's a simple concept. It should not be on the table. It will not be on the table. I'm at a loss to understand what's wrong with these people. Get real. I don't get it. Thing is now, you have choices because there is a difference in candidates. And you can make a difference in this election. Less than 2 weeks. It's going to determine the future of Chicago. You want to elect a leader or a follower? You want to elect someone? Here, we had staff, campaign staff on our dime out in Washington, D.C. this morning, talking to staff on the House Ways and Means Committee, trying to come up with solutions to these issues. These are big problems, no question about it, but they can be dealt with, and not by screwing people. Doing it the right way. There are funding sources out there. If there's a will, there's a way. We can solve this problem. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen, I promise you.
That's all city workers though too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Department of Streets and Sanitation. Any fucking department of the city of Chicago.
I promise. Less than 2 weeks. We can make a difference. When we get out of here, let's hump. You want to elect a leader or a follower? Someone who's going to be your partner and work for the things that you want, or someone who's going to create an adversarial relationship for political purposes?
We want Jerry Joyce.
Jerry Joyce is our choice.
Thank you so much. I want to thank Joe, Mike, Todd, all you guys for putting this together. Brian, Jackie, thank you all. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for your support. Let's finish this strong, guys. Thanks a lot.